I'm James.
And I'm Kyle.
And these are our two Dobermans, Rip and Beth.
We sold everything and bought a sailor.
And we're taking these crazy dogs with us on an epic adventure to sail around the world.
So follow us while we do sailing, exploring, and living the tropical dream.
Welcome to Dobies on Deck. It's been a couple of weeks since our last video, and we've had a lot going on, but we're back, and we're headed to the crystal clear blue waters of West Florida. Today we're leaving bright and early, headed out for our longest day of boat driving yet. We are up at the butt crack of dawn. Kyle is pulling up the anchor, and we are heading to Steinhatchee. The freaking moon is still out. So here we go. Long day today. It's about 10 hours to get from where we are at Dog Island over to Steinhatchee. During that time, we're going to lose internet, so it should be interesting, but we've got plenty of music downloaded, and we're excited for the trip. So this is why I get up early in the mornings to see beautiful sunrises like this. But we are headed out to Steinhatchee. 10 hours to go. Good morning, everybody. We are finally taking off to Steinhatchee. We just left Dog Island. It's a beautiful morning. The seas are pretty calm right now, but so we probably left around 7:10 this morning, and it looks like we'll probably be rolling into Steinhatchee probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So it's gonna be a long day out here, but it's gonna be pretty great. We're getting there. Yeah, we're almost there. I said we're getting there, but something. Get ready to drop the anchor. So the internet just cut out. The Starlink stops working. I looked it up before we left, and it says that the
limit to a non-ocean or non-global roam plan is 14 miles, is what it says on the internet and the interwebs. So there's a small section where we're going. I'll show you right here that there's a little area between there and there, which I think are going to be where we don't have internet. So somebody asked me yesterday, because I kind of anticipated all this. By the way, water, beautiful, blue-green. No, you're not going up there. I don't know what Rick wants. Come on, buddy, go back inside. So anyway, somebody asked me, does it work in the ocean? Yes, it does. And when we did our first attempt to cross the Gulf, I did turn on ocean mode. You have to switch to the global roam plan at the time. I don't know what date it is you're watching this, but when we did it in December 2025, it was $400 a month with a minimum of $150. So if you switched your plan back after a day, it would cost you $150. Then you have to turn on, it's a metered plan, so you don't get unlimited data like you do on the land-based plans. Well, you kind of do. So here's what they do. They make you enable ocean mode, which is by the gigabyte. So we were crossing the Gulf and we thought, you know what, we need internet. We're gonna need it. It was supposed to be a multi-day passage, so I turned the thing on. And we were very cautious about our use. We turned everything off because I didn't want to rack up a bill, but then we had a malfunction and we turned north and got back closer to land, and we turned everything back on and I forgot to downgrade the plan off of the ocean mode. So even though we were in the intercoastal waterway for like 3 days, it was still in ocean mode. Never said, hey guys, remember me? I'm sitting here charging you a of money for every gigabyte that y'all are spending. And I remembered it after like 3 days. I was like, oh, I don't think I turned off ocean mode. So I went, checked it. Nope, I had forgotten. It didn't turn itself off, of course. Why would it? Almost $1,600 for 3 days worth of internet. So yeah, that was a big mistake. So when I was thinking about, do I turn this on or not, for we may be without internet for an hour, maybe two, that I will not be giving them any more gigabyte data money. Ain't fixing. Before leaving for Steinhatchee, we checked the weather, and we knew there was going to be some wind and some rain, so we decided that we were going to stay a couple of days in Steinhatchee and get some parts for the boat and just do a few minor repairs. So in just another example of constant boat work, some of it is self-generated. So the other day I was walking through here and I was carrying like a chair or something up to the front of the boat, and I wasn't really paying attention to where I was stepping and stepped on that hatch. Now, hatches are supposed to be, you know, they're designed to be stepped on, but I mean, not with a lot of weight. And these are old. They're probably 20 years old. And so it cracked, as you can see. And Kyle put some duct tape on it. Quit, Beth. She's got to inspect everything. And it was leaking like crazy. I mean, it basically formed a cup that was leaking into our closet. So I thought, well, you know what? I bet you a sheet of plexiglass is cheaper than the $200 or $300 replacement hatch. So that's what I did. I bought a sheet of plexiglass. So I've already cut one side of it with our jigsaw, and I'm about to cut the other side, and we'll see how this goes. I was pretty excited about this fix, but unfortunately it didn't work because the rain moved in before the caulk had time to set up. So I had to redo the whole thing later on, which I'll show you later. All right, I brought the microphone, and it's really close because if I didn't, there's no way in hell y'all would be able to hear what I'm saying. Y'all, the wind is out of hand. Kyle is over here rolling up the hose. We just refilled the freshwater tank, but we're headed over here to the little restaurant here at the Dead Man's Cove Marina. It's a pretty good little restaurant. They got a little bar. We'll show you in a second, but this is why we're here for a couple of days. So we got here on Monday, and we're not going anywhere for a while. It's 25-mile-an-hour winds. Probably have a picture I can show you right here, what I took earlier, and gusting up to like 35, 40 miles an hour, or 30 knots, 40 knots, and then 6-foot waves out there, so we're not going anywhere. But we're just going to head over here to the, I don't know what the restaurant's called. I guess it's just called the Marina.
I don't know what it's called either. I think it's Dead Man Marina.
It's Dead Man's Marina or Dead Man Cove Marina or something, but
something like that.
we're going to be here for a little while. It's in fact, I'm worried about my hat blowing off. It's that windy.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, there goes another gust. So
But the boat's tied down pretty good, so.
Yeah, the boat's tied off in 4 places, so if one of them snaps or breaks or anything, then they've still got 3 hanging on to it. And the other added benefit is that we are able to see the boat. Damn. This is literally ridiculous, y'all. This was a pretty cool restaurant and bar that's on the same property as the marina. Unfortunately, there's no audio in this track because they were playing music in the background, and I didn't want to get flagged for copyright. So check this out. We just had an enormous gust of wind. I'm talking about biblical tornado. Had to have been at least 60, 70 knots. Huge wind. I thought it just blew the boat loose from the dock because I heard this calamitous noise. We're all still tied off here, but you know what it was? Our f***ing main solar panel is gone. It's gone. It just ripped off. Here's the dangling wires right there. Ripped right out. Blew. You see this shit? This is ridiculous. Blew it over there, and I watched the ass end of it go straight into the water. $1,000 solar panel, gone. Gone into the drink. After being in Steinhatchee for a couple of days and watching our primary solar panel get blown off the boat, we decided we'd have enough, so we fired up the flip-flops, gave the dogs their biscuits, and went to go provision. So, what are we doing?
We are heading to the grocery store.
Well, kinda.
Well, it's a grocery store.
This town has 3 stores: Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Family Dollar. So we're going to the Dollar General because it looked like it's the biggest one. And it doesn't really look like, from the pictures, it doesn't look like a dollar store. It looks more like a grocery store. So the dogs need food, we need food, and a couple other minor things.
And the store's like, what, a mile or two down the road? So
It says it's a 26-minute walk for 1 mile.
we have a little wagon behind us, too.
Yes, we had to bring the wagon because if we get any drinking water or any, is this Main Street? Yeah, this is where it's at. So if we get any drinking water, the dog food is going to be heavy. So anyways, here's how we do provisioning on the boat.
Gotta love boats.
Here we go. We've made it out of the Dollar General, which was a legitimate grocery store. So if you're in Steinhatchee and you need provisions, that Dollar General right there is actually pretty legit. Normally when I think of dollar stores, I think of dollar candles and dollar toys for kids and things like that. But this was
Five Below store.
yeah, like a Five Below. It's nothing but junk, but nope, this was all groceries. Never mind that's just on top because she did that last. There's lots of good stuff underneath there that isn't alcohol.
Yeah, no, we don't drink either.
We don't we don't drink, we don't do that.
You gotta stay hydrated on the boat.
You do have to stay hydrated. But it's about a mile back to the boat, and then we get to unload it. We always tell them not to worry with bags, plastic bags. We don't know what to do with them, so we have to hand this shit off a little bit at a time onto the boat.
Yep, back we go.
At least it's a nice day. Still a little windy. We got up early and got diesel the next morning and hit the road as quickly as possible, headed down to our next stop, which was Cedar Key. It was a semi-short day, about 6 or 7 hours, and the weather was awesome. So awesome, in fact, that we put up the sails for the first time since we actually left for our journey. We are under sail power. We're motor sailing. We're trying to get to where we're going, get set up, and we got an extra knot of extra speed. We usually average around 6. Here says we're going 7. That will say 7 in a minute. There it goes. 7 feet. So it's a little bit cloudy today. Not bad though. Got a boat coming up on us right there. The really bad thing is the crab pods. So these people, they leave these things out here for, God, I don't even know how long at a time. But there's crab pods everywhere. And because they're out here, they're all rusted and you can't see them till you're right up on them. I have a theory that the flotation deal will push it to one side of the hull, and then the rope will kind of go at that angle, and so it won't get hung up in the propeller. But I'm not risking that shit. That's the last thing we need, is for that to get all wound up out here in the middle of nowhere. So hell yeah, we're having a good day today. Unfortunately, as the day went on, our wind went away. So we decided to take down the sails because they were just flopping around, not doing anything in the first place, which is fine. We weren't that far from our destination, so we pulled the sails down and continued on. We pulled in just off the coast of Cedar Key and parked on the east side of the island so that we could get some protection from the wind and the waves. And also there was a couple of sandbars nearby that we wanted to take the dogs to.
We have finally made it to Cedar Key.
We are at Cedar Key? Yes.
Yeah, and got island over there, North Key over there, and just anchored pretty much out here in the middle. There's Cedar Key right in the background. It's hard to see, but the waves are supposed to be pretty calm tonight. So, and the wind. So we should have a pretty good night anchored out here. And then
we're going to take the dogs right over there.
Yeah, there's
that sandbar.
It's hard to tell, but there's sandbar way over there, and we're gonna take the dogs over there.
Well, they've already got their life jackets on. They might as well take them. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, ma'am. Get out of my shit. They are out. But check this out. We got another amazing sunset. With the dogs worn out and the sun setting fast, we decided to go ahead and grab some dinner and some wine and relax for the rest of the evening before getting up early the next morning to head to our next destination, which was Tarpon Springs and then St. Petersburg. Join us next time as we continue our trek down the west coast of Florida and onto the Keys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. Every subscriber and every watch counts, and we really appreciate everyone. We want to say thank you to all of our patrons. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do this life, and we really look forward to seeing you all next time. Thanks for watching.